morning everyone! Welcome po muli sa aking channel. At naway nasa maayos po tayong kalagayan bawat isa despite still the pandemic. So hopefully magtuloy-tuloy na po ang pag-improve ng situation kung saan man po tayo naroon. So today po aking biyahe ay papuntang Cardinia. So ang ating pong commentary driving today ay balik po ako sa aking driving tips. So hopefully ay as much as possible I'll make it on try to say it in English communication so that some of my students will understand these driving tips. I'll just try my best as I can. Before I'll start my topic, the driving tips, general driving tips, I just want to make a quick shout out to my co-driving instructors, Brother Ricky Javier of Kabayan Driving School, Rodel Debes, Philos Driving School, Jesse Rabino of Infocus Driving School. And also I want to also make a quick shout out also to the 3 of my students who passed their driving test last week, or more than a week now I think. First is si Joshua Newton ng last Mirdi. Congratulations. And also to Mercedes of Basendin. And just the other day to Share. She's a Filipino Vietnamese who luckily passed her driving test in just one take. Josh also took his test one take. He's a 17-year-old. So congratulations, Share, Josh, and Mercedes. So as usual, be safe on your everyday driving journey. So God bless. Right now I'm here in the bridge in Nicholson, and I'm turning left to Bannister Road to go to my student in Cardinia. So hindi po muna ako duman sa Pro Highway para medyo maganda yung discussion ko ng aking driving tips for today. This is just a follow-up for the next driving tips that I'm going to discuss. I'm sure nabanggit ko na yung iba, like yung MIB, mirror indicate line, yung POM, prepare observe mode when you're doing the moving off. So yung assessor kasi they will look for the things on everything you need to do. Like for example, when you're moving off, they will already assess you. You have to prepare your gears, the indicate, and you have to observe before moving off. The next one is the RLR. Every intersection, every roundabout, or on turning, you need to do the RLR. Right, left, right. Always check the right first, and then the left, and one final right before moving in. So one final right because yun yung nandun yung danger immediately sa right. So the last acronym which I invented is what I call the LITS. LITSS. L looking, I indicate, P positioning the car, S slow down, and S stopping. So the lips is needed to do the, of course, when you're pulling over or stopping the car on a curb or on a gutter, which you need to do during the exercise, left something behind. So as usual, mag-create lang ako ng mga acronym na madaling tandaan, easy to remember for my students to quickly remember what to do when they're doing something. So lips, LIPSS, looking, indicate, position, slow down, stop, when you're doing the pull over or the stop. And the next is the push and pull steering. So as much as possible, unlike in the Philippines, you're not allowed to do palming or cross over yung mga hands. So if I have the time, I will try to do a quick demo using a spare steering wheel. So push, pull, push, pull. Of course, yung position ng hands, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock. That's the push and pull steering. It is easy to when you learn the proper technique in push and pull steering, it's very safe as compared to when you're doing the bad habits of palming or crossover of hands, especially during the reversing maneuver. Next, in my general driving tips is every turning, no wide or sharp turning. So when you are doing the turn, you have to mind the gutter or the curb, and as well as the opposite lane. So you have to mind both sides when you are doing your turns. So make sure you do not do wide and sharp turn. The next one on my general driving tips, you should not step on the solid lines unless you are turning right. Let's say you are turning into your house and you have a solid line, and then also if you see a hazard on the left and you need to move away from the hazard, you are allowed to step on the solid line to take over, but otherwise you're not allowed to. Of course, frequent mirror checking, especially if you're doing a straight driving, you have to check your side mirrors to check your lane position, and also the rear view mirror to see what's happening behind. If you see a speeding car or some untoward incident happening behind you. Another one is on a roundabout. There is a rule here in a roundabout. So approaching, of course, you need to slow down, look right, left, right, and then when you are inside and about to go exit, you need to indicate on the left at midpoint before exiting. And then upon exiting, you need to pick up your speed in a safe manner. Another one is on a safe to do so rule. There are some traffic lights here. When you see only a green light, and there is no red arrow or green arrow. So only the green light, the circle green light, and no arrows. That's what you call safe to do so. You have to move. If you are the first in line, you have to move your car one car forward after the solid line, but the wheels are straight. So, and then you have to wait for the clear passageway when then you do your crossing or do you enter the zone. So that's what you call safe to do so. Because if you don't know that rule and you saw the situation, you see the situation, green light with no arrows, and then you do not move your car, other cars behind you or other drivers behind you may possibly buzz you, because they will also get delayed on their turn, on turn. So make sure you know the rules. Safe to do so. So when you see a green light with no arrows, position your car forward, one car forward, and waiting for a clear passage or clearance to cross, to do the right turn. And what else? Is there anything that you can add for the general driving tips? Yeah, I think there's one more. The stop sign. So very critical yung stop sign dito, especially in Kelmscott area, in railway crossing. So there is a stop sign on one side, and if the driving students does not know the rule, they will just instantly fail the driving test. So the rule in the stop sign is you have to stop for 3 seconds, 1 meter before the solid line. Count when you count the 3 seconds, 1001, 1002, 1003. So just to make sure you're properly counting, because if you just count 1, 2, 3, it may be quick, and it depends on how strict the assessor is. Make sure you do the proper counting, the proper counting interval. What else? Okay, I think that's it for now. So it's just a quick general driving tips for some of my students, especially to all the beginners. Anyway, nandito na po ako sa Murdoch, so malapit na po ako sa Cardinia. So I hope everyone is okay. Please comment or make any inquiries, or if you have any questions, we'll appreciate your comments. And until next time, God bless everyone and have a safe day. Bye bye.